Right, okay then, issue 49. And what we have here is something that I'm reasonably confident is the Spite Reverence, they are, yeah. And I think they use the same body plan. What would they call it? Tree reverence. So these are the spite reverence compared to the tree reverence. The big difference being that rather than holding weapons, they have like clawed hands, and they are bald rather than having long flowing hair. This issue feels a bit thicker straight away. Maybe I'm just thinking it is. And also we got one of these interesting pullouts. I like these three, like 6-page pullouts. I find them very I like reading through them. They tend to have some really interesting like stuff in it, and this one's quite different because it seems to be all about battles. Normally when we get these, they're about a particular like thing, basically about like an area or an army type, and it's strange that this is actually about a tactic. So it's not normal actually for these things, and I'm glad they've done something different. Okay, so it'd be interesting to see what those core tactics are described as. Right, let's have a look at this because it feels, it feels thicker this issue. I don't know why that is, but let's have a look. So, within this, we get to find out about the realm of death. Now, always, I find things like ghosts and the undead to be quite an interesting thing. There's something so very intriguing about the afterwards and the law of the after for fantasy worlds. So, because I'm particularly with the Age of Sigmar and pretty much almost all Warhammer, whether or not it's the 40k space stuff, basically the futuristic stuff, death is not an end, and worse than that, death can be endless torture. It's like no matter what people claim hell is like, when you die, nothing quite beats the afterlife that is described in things like the Age of Sigmar, where like your soul just basically gets either pulled off as a ghost and your body gets brought back as a weapon, so it's always quite interesting. I keep saying interesting today, anyway. So, and I think the idea of Nagash basically being given dominion over the death realms and basically deciding it wasn't enough because everything needed to be dead and everything needed to be under his control is quite, is a novel approach. And then on top of that, you do think about it, well, the Sylvaneth do give us the distinct impression that they are undead. They are potentially undead wood elves from the old world brought back, and the Stormcasts are reforged, but again, it feels like they are technically a type of undead. They die, they physically die, and their souls are brought back. Now, they get brought back maybe into a flesh and blood body, but it is still it's an immortality, and it's a strange kind of immortality as well, because they are, I suppose in 40k they would be basically referred to as being perpetuals, and I do love the story of perpetuals in 40k. Perpetuals are very interesting. You destroy their body and they'll just turn up somewhere else later on. It's not the same thing as reincarnation. They don't become a baby again. They just simply turn up again somewhere else. Their body reforms wherever else it's going to turn up. The Primarch Vulcan is like that. He simply dies and then he's back again, when he first realizes he has this power, he's confused. I love the story Anyway, so death in a lot of Warhammer mythology. Pull it like this: if I believed in hell, I'd rather just go there and be tortured for all eternity than deal with Warhammer level Warhammer level death, which just seems completely terrifying to me in so many ways. Oh, so anyway, the enemy within attend a faithful discipline to the words of Brother Morchard. Okay, so yeah. Now this is another one. The idea of witch trials and witch hunts in Warhammer is a big thing. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of a discussion about the threats of chaos and how that is. We've got then, of course, Spite Reverence. Just seeing if there's anything about them. None know of their true order, although many rumours abound. The bargain, a mistake, an error in Alariel's making. Okay, so it's not clear where they come from, but it's definitely felt that Spite Reverence are outcast because they are, well, by the sound of it, monstrous and cruel. That's the definite feeling that I get from there. Yeah. Love stuff like that. And let's see what else we've got. You know, of course, how to build. Oh gosh, because I've already built these models once to actually do the tree reverence, I'm gonna have to build them all again. That's probably gonna really drain me out, but I'm gonna do it and build them all up again. Right. Good painting techniques going on this one. So. Showing like where they're blocking out the colours and, you know, some shading and a bit of dry brushing by the look of it. What else have we got here? The Sprite Reverence, you can see they go for a very grey blue thing with their colour schemes. I'm more, as I said, I don't want to go for that. I want to go for a pink. I've got the colours that I actually want. I'm going to go for a summer, so I've got the colours to do it. It's just finding time with everything. Right, and then we've got our Loom Boss Destruction Tactics, which is quite cool. And dealing with our Loom Boss, who is, as we know, a grot in charge of grots, basically. So probably always waiting for a knife in the back. Let's have a look. Bit of tactics for the Fungoid Cave Shaman and a battle plan for Dark Woods. So you can see here the Branch Witch coming to the fore. You've got options again about what you want to take. It's Gloom Spike Gits are one of the main ones, main forces. And let's have a look. Yeah, it's described as a woodland battle, but unless you've got a load of trees around that you can pretend is a woodland, it's not really going to be much of a woodland battle. I don't believe we've actually been given any trees to actually have that kind of battle. What else have we got here? So this core tactics things, this looks quite good. So what's it doing? Kind of just describing in general, I suppose, like ways of thinking about battle. So it's just discussing some like thoughts, I suppose, about the way things are set up, discussing types of deployment. So you've got close, distant and unbalanced. So yeah, it's actually quite good at that they're discussing some tactics that aren't just, you know, that are general tactics for a battle. Okay, not much to say about the Spite Reverence because I've already built these before just as tree reverence. So, but there we go. This is the same sprue. As always, I adore the Sylvaneth. They are beautiful. Okay, I was in Games Workshop Warrington explaining that I don't actually like elves. I actually hate them with a passion. I have never liked an elven army in my life. And I said to him, I said, I don't get it. I love the Sylvaneth. I absolutely adore them. I had no interest in Wood Elves when it was Warhammer. Didn't like them. I play Total War. I don't play that faction. I literally played them once. Didn't like them. Why am I obsessed with the Sylvaneth? I love them. If someone from Games Workshop is watching this video, I just want to say thank you. These are the most aesthetically pleasing models faction that I've ever come across, and I can't actually explain why. I don't know what you've done, but you've hooked me with them. So I doubt Games Workshop are going to watch this video. I doubt them. You know, maybe someone from Games Workshop is watching this video. But you know what? I love these. Okay, so that was our issue 49. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you for issue 50.